I'm using the mobile camera to show you what Manon looks like. It's opera from the 1880s of Jules Massenet. It's the story of Manon Lescaut. And between the Puccini and the Massenet, I think the Massenet comes out with more, gets right to the root of the matter a little bit more than Puccini, who ends up somehow in Louisiana, which has nothing to do with the story. Anyway, the problem with playing French opera is that the music is always elusive. It's never four square. There's a lot of rubato. This one is a particularly emotional story, and Massenet plays it to the hilt. We have a lot of cuts in it, so a lot of this music is not played, mostly ballet music. We get about 2.5, 2 3/4 hours of the music anyway, so all the important parts are there. The problem with this thing is it needs substantial revisions. Now you see a lot of that markings in my part in just the overture. There was not enough time to do the whole thing, and since it's a rubato thing, I decided to be cautious and play what he wrote, changing as I went. And I've made some changes in some obvious places. Some other things I let go because the important thing is to be with the conductor and because you can't, this is not one like Verdi where there is some time to relax and then get yourself refocused. You have to be focused pretty much every minute, particularly in Act 1 and at the end of Act 4. Act 2 has a beautiful opening, which you need some mellow sticks. And of course there's articulations. And then particularly in number 183, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. And then of course, you've got a beautiful little section here in the at 307 in Act 4, yum, dun, 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 dun. Right here, there's a boom. It's a timpani solo, and then a report on forte coming back at piano. So there you go. Basically, that's Manon's problem. And look at the way he rates the end of the first scene of, or shall I say, at the end of Act 4. And then, of course, Act 4 begins with a solo timpani roll, and then Act 5. Here's where the problem is. This is fairly easy to follow with the singers because these low Fs, actually, you along with the basses, are part of the phrase. Here it's all in 8 and in 4, and you've got to watch and count, otherwise you're not going to be together. All right, so there's a few of the pitfalls of Manon, and I'll be back in a moment to talk about how I deal with some of them.